In some instances, one or more of the relatives entitled to receive notice of the guardianship hearing agrees with you that you should be appointed guardian and is willing to waive their right to be served with a copy of the notice of hearing and petition for appointment of guardian of the person and attachments. In this case, the person agreeing to this may sign a consent to appointment of guardian and waiver of notice form. If the relative signs this form, you may file it with the court instead of a proof of service showing that relative was served. The consent to appointment of guardian and waiver of notice not only saves the effort of having someone over 18 who is not one of the people involved in the case serve a copy of the notice and petition, but also frees you from the need to have that service completed at least 15 days before the hearing. Because the person signing the form states that they agree that they do not need to be timely served, this consent is extremely useful in solving service problems when you have an agreeable relative that for some reason you have not been able to have served at least 15 days prior to the hearing. As long as the waiver is signed and filed with the court prior to the hearing, you have met your obligation to have that relative served, although if it is filed close to the hearing, you will need to mention that you have filed or are filing this waiver when you respond to probate notes. The consent to appointment of guardian and waiver of notice is part of Form GC 211. The top caption of this form is what you would expect. As a self-represented petitioner, your name, address, and telephone number go in the box marked Attorney or Party Without Attorney. Your email address is optional and is generally not used by the Sacramento court. On the line that says Attorney for, write in pro per to indicate that you are representing yourself. The county and address of the court are printed in the box below. The information for the Sacramento County Probate Court is shown. In the box below that, after the words guardianship of the, check the box that says person and then write the name of the minor or minors you are seeking guardianship of in the space immediately below. If there is not enough space, you may write the name of the first minor followed by the words et al. To indicate that there are others. Insert the case number where indicated on the right-hand side of the form. In the final box of the caption are 3 check boxes. This form combines 3 different forms that have been placed onto a single page. Check the 3rd box down in front of Consent to Appointment of Guardian and Waiver of Notice. Below that, skip over numbered paragraphs 1, 2, and 3 as you will not be using them. The first paragraph is used only in situations where the person who is petitioning for appointment of guardian is not the guardian, and the second section is only used in situations where a parent is petitioning for appointment of a guardian. Paragraph 4 is what applies to your situation. In the box after the words, I consent to appointment of the guardian as requested in the petition for appointment of guardian of minor filed on date, write the date that you filed your petition with the court. Below that, each person who consents and wishes to waive notice dates on one line where indicated, prints their name, signs, and in the final line indicates how they are related to the child or children for which you are seeking guardianship. Up to 3 people may sign this form. If there are additional relatives giving consent, you may attach an additional page with dates, names, and signatures and relationship labeled as Attachment 4 at the top, or you may instead use another copy of Form GC 211. Once the form is complete, make 2 additional copies and file the original and the 2 copies with the court at 3341 Power Inn Road, Room 214 in Sacramento, just as you did the other documents in your case. If no relatives are waiving notice, you do not need to complete or file this form.